Welcome to Music with Mrs. Avery. Hello everyone. We are going to review all of the world instruments we have been learning about over the past few lessons. If you have not created your world instrument tree map, this is a great chance for you to catch up. You will need to pause this video so that you can go get a blank piece of paper and a pencil. You can create the world instrument tree map as we review. You will need to add the title, world instruments, and then you will need to make room for 6 branches. We began in Africa when we looked at the djembe. Remember, the djembe was that goblet style drum. And then after the djembe, I introduced you to another goblet style drum called the doumbek. Remember, the doumbek was that metal goblet style drum. The djembe was wood. You had an activity to complete where you compared and contrasted the djembe and the doumbek. Our next lesson was all about rattle instruments. We looked at the African shaker, which was made out of a gourd. And remember those beautiful weavings around the gourd that had beads or shells? And that is what would strike against the outside of the gourd to create that rattle sound. And then in comparison, we looked at the maracas from Mexico and Spain. Now the maracas had the beads or shells or beans or rice inside of the round-headed part. And that is what would strike the inside of the instrument to create that rattle sound. We then went back to Africa another week, and we looked at the water drum. The water drum was made from those giant gourds that grow very closely to the equator. They need that heat in order to grow that size. And remember, we filled that larger gourd up about 3/4 of the way with water, and we created that science experiment where we took that smaller gourd and we put it upside down to create that vacuum seal where the sound would resonate and hit the water. Some of those sound waves would even travel through the water. We also looked at the didgeridoo from Australia. And the didgeridoo was a wind instrument. Remember, you had to blow through the instrument in order to create the sound. And in our last lesson, I introduced you to the bodhrán from Ireland. Remember, the bodhrán was a smaller drum. It was shallow, and it had that handle in the back that you would hold. It was a portable instrument, and it was used in a variety of Irish music, but that bar in the back allowed for dancers to be able to dance and play the drum at the same time. And remember, the bodhrán was played with that double-headed mallet that you used your wrist to kind of swing back and forth. If you have all of these instruments in your world instrument tree map, then you are all caught up. double check your World Instruments tree map now and make sure you have all of these instruments classified correctly. For your assignment in Google Classroom, I would like for you to take a picture of your updated World Instrument tree map for me to review. Make sure to let it upload as an attachment and then turn it in. I can't wait to see your updated tree maps. Thanks for joining me.